Yes, Ma'am Darlene. This must be a great day today, a hot day. And let's get it on without any further ado. This is the day that the Lord has made. Ladies and gentlemen, the Central Philippine University in Human Blood Drop Formation. And we start with the Central Philippine University Elementary School participants, the Junior High School, the Senior High School, the Physical Education Department participants, the Central Philippine University Republic Local Government Unit officials, and the multi-sectoral groups. The multi-sectoral group participants are requested to stay put for a while until all of the Central Philippine University participants may be able to situate themselves all together. As the drone soars high above you, participants, can you please do a wave sign? The drone is up there, and just wave and smile. This is a happy day that the Lord has made for you and me to celebrate the precious gift of life. Through our blood donation, we can salvage or save a life or two. This human blood drop formation is a concerted and full support for the national kick-off celebration for the Blood Donors Month, as spearheaded by the Department of Health in collaboration with multi-sectoral groups and all participants who are gathered today. We praise the Lord that He has given us a fair weather in spite of the forecast of the impending storm to enter the Philippine territory. And let's continue on that God will shield the Philippines and will shower His bounteous and choicest blessings as we only worship Him in spirit and in truth. This is our collective contribution to support a much healthier Filipino citizens and a much healthier Philippines, both as a nation and as a people. In silence, let's just thank the Lord for this is the day that He has made for us. And let's meditate also introspectively through this song.
Panahon kung bawat pagdating ay laging pabulong. Aalhin ko ba dito sa mundo ang mga matang nakikita?
At the count of 3, and when you hear the word go, all participants wave. 1, 2, 3, go!
Bakit di natin isabot ang pagmamahal? Sundan mo ng tanaw ang
Sustain that as much as you could as a drone is still hovering over you.
gawing makulay. Isa lang ang ating lahi, isa lang ang ating lipi. Bakit di pagmamahal ang alay mo? Pangunahing tunay ang siyang nais ko. Ang pagdamay sa kapwa'y nandyan sa palad mo. Di ba't ang gabi ang bumubukas? Pagkatapos ng dilim ay may liwanag. Araw ay agad ng ating lipid. Bakit di pagmamahal ang halay mo? Pangunahing tunay ang siyang nais ko. Ang pagdamay sa kapwa'y nandyan sa palad mo.
All group participants, let's give a clap offering to the Lord. Central Philippine University Human Blood Drop Formation participants, in collaboration with the multi-sectoral group participants, you may now disperse. God bless you all, and congratulations, you just made history today.
For your information, in the whole world, India currently holds the title for the largest human blood drop formation with 10,000 participants in 2013. In the Philippines, Quezon City government organized the largest formation so far with 3,000 participants last March 18, 2016. Today, July 5, 2016, we do hope that we have broken the record. And I believe that we have it. We have broken the record. And we aimed for 5,000 participants for our human blood drop formation. And this is going to be validated later on by the number of participants in our registration form. So let me reiterate our messages for this day. Blood connects us all. Let's share life, give blood. And we encourage people, everyone here, to care for one another and promote community cohesion that targets the stories of people whose lives have been saved through blood donation. You don't know who that person is, who needs your blood. May it be your family, your friend, your relative, or a stranger. Blood connects us all. Share life, give blood. Thank you very much for all who participated across Youth Council to give us the instructions for our cheers and yells contest. So may we have Miss Greasy Ledesma.
So for cheers and yells competition mechanics for this Blood Month celebration, with the theme Blood Connects Us All, Share Life, Give Blood. The Cheers and Yells team must be composed of 20 to 30 participants. Theme and slogan must be included in our Cheers and Yells piece. Cheers may either be in English, Tagalog, or Ilonggo, and must observe proper decorum. Vulgar words are not allowed. Cheers must contain the following: blood donation advocacies, how to become a blood donor, and benefits of blood donation. The performance must be 3 to 5 minutes only. The timer will start once the contestants make their first move or upon the start of the first word. Attire may vary on the contestant's choice as long as they observe decency at all times. Hand props are allowed. Props such as fire, water, deadly weapons, and other dangerous and explicitly offending objects are strictly not allowed. Stunts like tumbling, flips, toss, and etc. are strictly not allowed. For the criteria for judging, we have originality, 30%, mastery, 25%, clarity or voice projection, 15%, relevance to the theme, 20%, and audience impact, 10%, with a total of 100%.
Kung ikay magdo-donate, ikaw ay magiging healthy. Kaya mag-donate ka na wag matakot, baby. Makakatulong ka sa needy if you donate your blood. Huwag kang matakot sa karayom. Don't cry just like a baby. Pero bago mag-donate, merong dapat na gawin. Yan itong aking sasabihin, pakinggan, ito'y gawin. Matulog ka ng maaga at huwag magpupuyat. Huwag uminom ng gamot at alak sa loob ng 24 oras para blood pressure mo di bumaba at tumaas. Kumain ka din ng healthy at huwag mga pati para kilo mo na may lumag pasang 50. Pero bago ang lahat, kailangan mo itong malaman. 16 to 65 years old ang aming kailangan. Uminom ka din ng tubig at kahit anumang Diyos pag ginawa mo itong lahat, bibiyaan ka ng Diyos. Hey guys! What shall we do?
Donate blood!
Where?
Red Cross!
For what?
To save lives!
When?
Now! Mag-donate ng dugo sa Red Cross kasi eto naman ay merong cause. Ang lahat ng ito'y dapat mong gawin for you to be able to donate and join in. Pass it on, pass it on. I am only one, but I am one. I can do everything, but I can do something. Nobody can do everything, but everyone can do something. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Open your heart, open it wide. Someone is standing outside. We will donate blood, donate blood. We will donate blood, donate blood. Let's donate blood to save lives.
Okay, so thank you, Lambunao National High School. What a way to start our competition. So may request our second team to please prepare from Colegio de San Jose. Contestant number 2, are you ready? Okay, so timer starts now. Amazing performance from Colegio de San Jose. Contestants, are you ready? Yes. Okay. So everyone, let's give a round of applause for Leon National High School. Timer starts now.
Hey, hey, you, let's go and save lives. No way, don't afraid to save lives. Hey, hey, you, let's go and share lives. No way, don't afraid to share lives. If you join, they'll be fine. Giving blood, saving lives, you make them feel. Yeah, you make them feel.
Thank you from Leon National High School. Can I request everyone to give them a round of applause? And last but not the least, our fourth contestant from SPED Integrated School for Exceptional Children.
The feeling of giving life and hope to others. It's very fulfilling to help out our brothers. Donate is my mission. What else can I say? Life is God's creation. Let's live another day. We stand high, and we stand our ground. And together we shout, why fit in when men stand out? B O
passion inside. I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. So don't make me lose one more time. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Or must I imagine you're there? So don't walk away from me. 'Cause I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have you. You see through, right through the heart of me. You break down my walls with the strength of your love. I never knew love like I've known is with you. Without memories survive what I can hold on to. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I won't hold it back again. This passion inside, I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. You're the love I remember forever. So don't make me lose one more time. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Or must I imagine you're there? So don't walk away from me. 'Cause I have nothing, nothing, nothing. Don't make me lose one more time. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Or must I imagine you're there? So don't walk away from me. No, don't walk away from me. Don't you dare walk away from me. 'Cause I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have you. If I don't have you.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. You got the healing that I want. Just like they say in the song. Till the dawn, let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. We got this king size to ourselves. Don't have to share with no one else. Don't keep your secrets to yourself. It's Kama This shit that ice cold. Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpiece. Hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Everybody wants you. Everybody wants your love. I'd just like to make you mine, all mine. Now, baby, give it up, baby, give it up. Now, baby, give it up, baby, give it up.
Thank you very much, third year BSE 3. At this point, siguro bugtaw naman ang tanan, no? We have noticed we have witnessed the special numbers. So it's time for the second part of our technical seminar. Let us once again hear from our guest speaker, Engineer Hisugan.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are going to proceed with the 525 kV, 230 kV, 13.8 kV transformer protection. And today, this is the backbone of our power system, the 525 kV. The 525 kV transmission system is composed of interstate transmission line connection between the state of California to Nevada, California to Oregon, to Washington State, and to Phoenix, Arizona. Like 5 years ago, we had the opportunity to change some of our old units with the brand new one. And this is the picture of the old 525 kV transformer installed in 1967. Next is our transformer being removed in the foundation. We're using some big concrete breakers now to remove the old foundation. And now this is the brand new transformer foundation. This is normally your metal foundation here, metal support for your foundation. Each of these transformers are rated 374 MVA, and we have installed 4 transformers: phase A, phase B, phase C, and the spare phase. So each transformer is placed on a separate cubicle or place wherein we install a firewall in between the phases of the transformer. Phase A could be here, or B, or C, and it is separated by the firewall. And the firewall is probably around maybe 50 feet high, and it's solidly, this protects the neighboring phases when the other transformer explode or gets into fire, you know. So this is the protection of the other phase. So it's rated 374 MVA, and 3 phases are being used, while the other spare phase is utilized as the standby unit. You can see how beautiful the 500 kV transmission line tower is. Normally, this is a bundled conductor each phase, like 2 number 2300 kcm conductor. Could be an ACSR or ACSS, you know, depending on the design. Here we have seen the single-phase transformer from all the way from Siemens in, I think this is in Austria or Germany, brought in from those countries. This is a single-phase unit only, and Siemens. So, for example, a phase A, only A phase, you know. And this is your transformer here. This is your radiator or your cooling fans here. This is your radiator for your oil system. This is your oil conservator here. And we have a lot, some of these transformers, we have a lot in, when I was working with, under the mentorship of Engineer Zenda in PDP, in National Power Corporation, we were helping a lot in the transformers, transmission lines, and the generators. This is on the low side of the transformer. We have, this is just how the disconnect switches looks like. After your breaker, the left and right side of your breaker has disconnect switches, and the disconnect switches have load interrupters, you know. This is a 230 kV disconnect switches. You should never open a disconnect switch under load condition. We have so many instances here at National Power Corporation before, during our time with Ma'am Zenda here, and also Rene Penetrante at National Power Corporation, wherein some of the disconnect switches were open under load condition, and we almost blocked out the entire island of Panay. So a lightning bolt, you know, came in beside our electrician or our operator, and I was on duty at Santa Barbara load dispatch control center, and was almost killed by that kind of strike, you know. So never open a disconnect switch under load condition. If you want to open your disconnect switch, open the breaker first, you know, and after you open your breaker, so that's the time you can open your disconnect switches. Especially if you have an interrupter, load interrupter, that's very, very good, you know, can protect you and the equipment at the same time. This is the final construction stage. We finished the construction, and then, for example, this is your A phase here, a B phase unit, the C phase unit, and this is your spare phase. Also, every time we have complete set, like 3 phases at the same time, right? And then the spare phase is always ready all the time. When we do the final testing and commissioning of the transformer, we will energize A, B, and spare phase the first time around. And then after that, the following day, we will energize A, B, and C phases. and then alternate it with other phases. So as if you are going to become a power systems protection engineer someday, you will be given the opportunity to do load and direction checks. After all the wiring and connections, you will be out in the field. We did the testing and commissioning of these 4 transformers. I worked like 4 days, maybe in just 6 hours every, like 4 or 5 hours sleep every night, for the next 3 or 4 days, So we were testing this transformer for 4 days, and you only sleep for like 4 or 6 hours. It's worth it because you'll be given the opportunity to do it, and at the same time, you're given the opportunity to make money. So lots of overtime hours to become electrical engineer. Because after your 8 hours of work, you will be paid like 150% of your per hour compensation. So after your 8 hours, you will have 150% of your regular hourly rate. This is another shot of the transformer. Firewall is very, very high. 8 phases of the transformer. Here we can see some of the installation of the. This is your CCVT. You have your lightning arrestor here. And what's the purpose of your lightning arrestor? The ground immediately. So it's your protection also. This CCVT here is your used for your volts per hertz protection, your 24 device, and this is 525 kV to the ground. A single phase unit. These buses here are your transfer buses. You transfer each phase. For example, if you want to do from A, B, and spare phase, if the spare phase is damaged, you can transfer it on these buses for replacement while you are doing maintenance on the other failed phases. Another view of the transformer here. This is the lightning arrestor, and this is your CCVT. So your CCVT for the volts per hertz protection is, for example, using 115 volts line to neutral on the. The CCVT normally has 2 windings, the X winding and the Y winding, and you can connect the X winding to 120 volts, for example, and the Y winding you can connect it to the circuit breaker, the SF6 gas circuit breaker for each transformer. This is your phase A, for example, phase B, and this is your phase C. And each circuit breaker will have its own disconnect switch, So massive and so beautiful. This is your world, And I know that it's very, very beautiful to be out there as far as I'm concerned. So the SF6 gas is being utilized for our 500 kV protection for the breaker cooling insulate the medium and interrupting medium. On the 13.8 kV side of the transformer, we also utilize shunt bank reactors for over voltages in the line. So we connect these shunt reactor banks on the 13.8 kV side of the delta tertiary, and then close it, to lower voltages in a very long transmission line. So our 525 kV system is like 100 kilometers from one station to the other, or 150 kilometers from one station to the other station. So during light load, the voltage at the end of the line, for example, in this Los Banos, is going from 525 to like 530. So we impress these shunt reactor banks. This is a single phase unit on the 13.8 kV bus of the system. And it will become a load in your system that will lower the voltages dramatically. From 530, it will be lowered down to like 520 or 519 or 512, whichever is your required voltage at that station. So shunt bank reactors are very, very useful and sometimes very troublesome too, but most of the time it is being used for our voltage correction. And the units are, this is a 15 MVAR unit. This is just like a coil of wires, and it's rated at this 15 MVAR. So we have probably like 7 of these on this, and some young and old engineers helping out in the testing of the LTC unit. On the 13.8 kV bus, this is the 13.8 kV bus here on the delta of the tertiary winding of your 525 kV transformer. This is your shunt bank reactor, and this is the breaker. So the breaker is being used as the interrupting medium whenever this transformer is put into service, and then it protects this reactor at the same time. We have a negative sequence voltage relay here set at approximately 16 volts. Secondary volts. And I think this is a vacuum circuit breaker here, not an SF6 gas. This is on the low side of the 525 kV transformer. This is the 230 kV SF6 gas circuit breaker, and it's a 3-phase unit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these are some of my electrician students in my part-time class in California. This is my student also, which is the electric operator in the power substation. We hire a lot of U.S. veterans after they served in Desert Storm, they served in Iraq, to be utilized their expertise. This is on the 525 kV single phase unit. So some of my electrician students, journeyman electricians, were very much interested. And our 525 kV substation switchyard is normally configured a breaker and half scheme. And the breaker and half scheme is very flexible. So one line, it has one main breaker, and the middle of that breaker is being used for that same line. So 1.5 breaker is protecting your line. The other half of that middle breaker is being used by the other line. And the other line has one main breaker also. Breaker and a half. Yeah, these are some of the buses, also bus work here, disconnect switches, circuit breakers. you can bring in a fluorescent lamp before and have it energized in front of you just by holding the fluorescent lamp, when you're underneath this 525 kV system. The electromagnetic induction, it's just so strong. Another view of the 375 to 74 MVA single phase unit here. So this is the completed firewall now. So strong, very expensive. What we have here is the typical 525 kV, 230 kV, 30.8 kV transformer protection. So this scheme here is a breaker and a half scheme, and here we have like a double bus single breaker scheme. So on a breaker and a half bus configuration, this is your bus number 1, for example, and this is your bus number 2. So if this is my transformer, my 525 kV transformer, I'm using one main breaker for this transformer, and half of this is being utilized by this transformer. The other half is being utilized here if it has another line here. The low side of the 230 kV bus has normally have 2 circuit breaker. One for maintenance, and one is being used all the time. So on the 525 kV transformer protection, we have the transformer differential, the set A, for example, and the set B protection. So the set A protection is, for example, a GE relay. The set B protection is also an SEL relay. When we speak of set A and set B protection, they are all fully redundant. Meaning to say, whatever set A relay protects, the set B relay also protects at the same time. So they have the same protective functions or elements embedded on it. So if this is your transformer differential here, you have set A and set B here. And also on this high side of the transformer, you will have a high side overcurrent protection, your 51 device, and 50 device. Your 50 device is your instantaneous overcurrent protection, and the 51 device is your time overcurrent protection. The instantaneous overcurrent protection is you set at 800% of your full load current for this bank. Your time overcurrent protection is being set at around 210% of your transformer protection, 180 to 210%. On the low side of the bank, if this is the 230 kV bus here, we utilized 2 relays, set A and set B, for example, and then they are fully redundant. So the low side of the bank utilizes phase distance protection towards the transformer, and also ground directional protection towards the transformer. All redundant, set A and set B. So when we set the relay at the low side of the bank here, our phase distance protection is set at 67% for your zone 1, which is instantaneous protection, 0.0 seconds. Your zone 2 is set at 0.5 of a second, 0.33 to 0.5 of a second, in order to coordinate with the line protection on your transmission line. So your zone 1 is instantaneous at 0.0 second. Your zone 2 is at 0.33 or 0.5 of a second. Also on the 13.8 kV Delta bus here, you will have your tertiary overcurrent protection, phase, and a time and instantaneous. We are planning to add some series reactor in the other projects that we have in order to, this is the series reactor in front of your 525 kV transformer. In one of our projects, we have 63,000 amps in our 230 kV bus. 63,000 amps. The short circuit current rating of the circuit breaker is 63,000 amps also. So chances are in the next 1, 2, or 3 years, the 63,000 amps will go up to like 70,000. You know? So we need to provide a series reactor on this line from the 525 kV to the breaker in order to limit the short circuit current below 60,000 amps, you know, maybe like 55 or 50,000 amps. So the series reactor there will help mitigate the high short circuit current rating on this bus here, the 30 kV bus. 525 kV, we don't have any problem with the short circuit current capacity, but on the 230 kV we have. This is the single line meter relay diagram of the transformer here, and we're using a SEL 487 Echo relay. The E here is being utilized for your kind of like a volts per hertz protection. This is an improvement of the SEL 387 E relay. So far, any questions?